We see Izuku arriving in Konoha with Konan. Izuku. Looking at Konan behind him with a hood. You look more suspicious like this, you know? Konan. Ha. Yes but. Izuku, it's okay, we'll just go to the Hokage Tower, I'm sure Jiraiya already talked to Tsunade. Konan. Why yes. Let's go. Grabbing Izuku's shirt while the boy continued walking next to her. With Jiraiya. We see this one in the Hokage's office, although Tsunade was seen doing some paperwork. Jiraiya, how are you Hokage? With a mocking smile, and Tsunade just snorted, hey, don't you have anything to say? Tsunade. Blushing, remembering some things, well. Jiraiya, that was the way I would return, you see? I won the bet. Smiling and pointing, Tsunade nodded, looking away. Tsunade, and what are we going to do? Jiraiya, Tsunade, you about. At that point, Neji is seen entering the office. Jiraiya, Brit, you ruined my moment. Comically crying while Tsunade laughed at Jiraiya's scene. Tsunade, is something wrong Neji? Neji, well, I knew Midoriya was coming so I came with my cousins to wait for him, apart from him, pointing at Rock Lee who was in the background. Rock Lee, this one refers to the most handsome guy in the Leaf Village. Jiraiya, are you referring to me? Rock Lee looks at him. You're a complete idiot, you would have that nickname. Rock Lee started to cry blood in an exaggerated way. Hinata, ha, can we come in? Arriving with Hanabi, who arrived with some small flowers. Tsunade, sure, come in. Continuing with her paperwork. Now that I think about it, where is Shizune? Jiraiya, no idea. Izuku, hello. Peeking through the door we already came. Entering with Konan. Tsunade, Konan. Konan just stood next to Izuku while looking away and rubbing her arm. Izuku, we managed to stop Akatsuki's plans, only 3 remain. Uchiha Itachi, Hoshigaki Kizame, and the masked man called Toby by some ninjas. Tsunade, I see. Are you sure that's just them? Izuku, I haven't found any information about others, other than that the Sannin Orochimaru was also part of them, although he is no longer part of them. Tsunade, I see. Then you can leave, Izuku, I'll leave Konan to you. Izuku nods. Izuku, it's Ho, looks at the Hyuga and Rock Lee, since when are you here? Hanabi, surprise? Rock Lee, enter. Gets hit by Neji, sorry I wanted to welcome you. Hinata, I'm glad you're back. Midoriya-kun smiling. Izuku, thanks for waiting for me guys. Jiraiya also, thanks for clarifying to Tsunade what happened. Jiraiya, it's okay kid, well I have to go. I have to talk to Naruto about his new training, then we'll talk about it. Tsunade. Leaving through the window, leaving everyone with a drop in their head, although Tsunade blushed when she said the last thing. Izuku, about that? Tsunade, everyone can leave now. Everyone ran out of the office in a comical way while pushing each other to get out the door, although Rock Lee threw himself out the window. Tsunade, all of you can leave now. Everyone ran out of the office in a comical way while pushing each other to get out the door, although Rock Lee threw himself out the window. After. We see Izuku walking with Konan even though she felt too strange being in the village she planned to destroy. Izuku, then we'll find you a room first before going out to eat something, does that sound okay? Konan, don't you have a room? Izuku, well. I live with my teacher. So I think you should have your own apartment. Konan, and why don't you come with me? Izuku, well. I don't know what to say. Konan, I feel something strange, feeling a lot of wind, but suddenly it stops. Was there an explosion kilometers away? It was so strong that the wind could reach here, looking at the place where all the wind came from. Izuku, well. Me. Konan, you can think about it whenever you want, you don't need to answer. Izuku, oh okay. Konan, that girl has been chasing us for a while, hasn't she? Looking at Hanabi who was hiding behind a tree. Izuku. Hanabi? Hanabi slightly came out even though Izuku managed to see that she had something in her hands. Hanabi, why you'll see approaching Izuku and holding out some small flowers. Tea here. Izuku, ha? With a slight blush and grabs the flowers. Thanks Hanabi. Hanabi, why yes. She was going to turn around but Izuku lightly grabbed her head. Ha. Konan, what are you doing? Izuku, just wait. Grabbing a flower from the one she gave him and put it in his hair, apart from putting one on himself too. He smiling as he walked away from Hanabi who was all red. Hanabi, ha. 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 With spiral eyes while running away comically. Konan, looking at Izuku's flower while watching Izuku do a small jutsu on a leaf he put on the floor. Izuku, sealed jutsu, putting his hand on the paper, and the flowers disappear to appear on the sheet that. So they won't be ruined, putting the sheet away. Konan, you are very kind. Izuku, well, I think this is the second time I've been given flowers. It's weird. Konan, second? Izuku, well yes. A friend named Ino gave me some flowers, although I don't know how, but they appeared burned in my house. Konan, didn't your teacher burn them? Izuku, he didn't create it. Why would he mind some flowers? Konan. Hey, don't you want some third flowers? Several leaves began to form in her hand, which formed the shape of a bouquet. Izuku. Looking at Konan, who stretched the bouquets to him. Konan, it's to help us, nothing else. Looking away. Izuku, okay, smiling while taking out a leaf, sealed jutsu, disappearing the bouquet. Then how about we go get something to eat? Konan, it wouldn't be bad. Look at the hawk on Izuku's right side. Izuku, huh? The falcon stops on his right arm. Is something wrong? The falcon leaves him a scroll and flies away, opening the scroll. A mission now? It seems to be rank A. Konan, then I'll stay and wait for you, right? Izuku, yeah, you can stay with a friend of mine or something, if you like. Konan, no, I'm fine waiting for you. I'll wait for you at the entrance of the village, smiling slightly. Izuku, thank you, surrounding himself with lightning and leaving the place. Konan. Looks behind her and sees Anko with a fire aura. You're the one who went with Izuku to Amigakure. Anko, what do you mean, Izuku? With a sideways smile. Konan, who are you? Anko, I'm Izuku's teacher and girlfriend, smiling and crossing her arms. Konan, he doesn't have a girlfriend, or else I think he would accept flowers. Anko. Damn. Konan, well, I'm going, leaving, and Anko following him. With Tsunade. Shizune, what do you think that huge hole did? Tsunade. I don't know. That's why I sent Midoriya. Shizune, don't you think he should have sent more people? Tsunade, I believe that he will be able to deal with whoever did that, so I hope and return soon. Now we have to continue with our work. Shizune, it's weird to hear you say that. Are you in a good mood? Tsunade, my goodness will disappear, you see. With a forced smile which made Shizune leave the place. With Naruto. Naruto, so. Will you teach me something new? Jiraiya, of course. Just don't scream or that lady will throw that bucket at us. Looking at a lady threatening to throw water at them. Naruto, oh no? Water. Ha ha ha, mass, gets all wet. Jiraiya. Ha 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 ha. Mo, getting all wet. Naruto, PFF, laughing with Jiraiya. What will be the name of what he will teach me? Jiraiya, his name is Sage. We have to go to Myaboku Mountain. Naruto, what? Well, IT will be worth IT for that new jutsu. Jiraiya, yeah. Let's say it's a jutsu. With Izuku. We see him arriving at the place, and look what a huge crater it was. Izuku. What happened here? Walking through the place but sees something moving in some rubble, walking towards that rubble but sees nothing, walking to the other side but behind him a guy was seen. Can we talk? In a deep voice. Izuku. Turning to look. Turning to look. Izuku, it's Toby, looking at the masked man. What do you think is better? Taking out a shuriken, but feels that someone is putting something on his back and looks sideways. What do you think is better than something else? Taking out a shuriken, he feels that someone is putting something on his back and looks sideways. Pain, stay still. With a receiver on Izuku's back. Izuku, Nagato? Pain, tell me, Pain. Izuku. Seeing that the other four Pains were next to Toby, 50%, disappearing in a blur of his image and walking away, falling to his feet. It's only Pain and Toby, seeing that there were 5 of them and Toby. Zetsu, Midoriya, Izuku behind Izuku, who looked at Zetsu. Izuku. He's a new Akatsuki recruit? I have so many questions, walking away from everyone. Pain, you've been a huge nuisance to Akatsuki. Midoriya, you've wiped out almost the entire organization. I'm not going to let you live. Izuku, so all that stuff about Amigakure W was a farce? There wasn't an alliance between us? Pain, Konan was the only one who accepted your ideologies. But it seems I'll have to go through her too. Guys, could you help me? Toby and Zetsu nod. Izuku, damn. I couldn't take on the 6 pains alone, and now there are 2 more guys, surrounding himself with lightning, one for all. Final short of the cap. We can see the girls in chibi form with some stuffed animals in the shape of the boys. Hanabi, I choose Izuku holding a stuffed Izuku. Hinata, and no. Will grabbing one of Naruto. Konan. Looking at the 2 playing with Anko, Ino and Tamari. Tamari, give me that girl. Throwing herself at Hanabi. Anko. Looking at the toy that had an Izuku figure. Konan. Anko, I don't need him. I don't need him, I need him. Throwing herself at Tamari and Hanabi. Konan, wow. Watching them fight while Hinata hugged one of Naruto, Sakura one of Sasuke, Ino another of Izuku who nobody noticed, and Tenten one of Neji. We see Izuku surrounded by lightning and the 8 opponents far away from him. Izuku, so if he finishes them, all of Akatsuki will be finished, with small rays surrounding his eyes. Toby, come to us. Izuku looked him straight in the eyes. Midoriya, look behind you. Izuku just looked out of the corner of his eye so as not to be exposed to an attack, but he looks at someone. Izuku. Izuku. Watching Inko, Okasan? Starting to remove the lightning while going towards Inko. Inko, stretching her arms. Izuku, Okasan. With tears in his eyes he was about to hug her, but look how Inko stuck one of Pain's receptors in his stomach, falling to his knees. Inko, Izuku. Behind her was a huge shadow that Izuku recognized. Behind her was a huge shadow that Izuku recognized. Izuku. All Might. Looking at the hero who only gave him a smash that sent him flying spinning around and falling face first on the ground. What are you doing? Wait. It's a genjutsu. How idiotic am I? Smiling, and suddenly he doesn't look at them anymore as he knows how to free himself from genjutsus. Thanks for showing them to me. For a while looking at the 8 that were coming towards him. Pain, he broke free from Tobi's genjutsu, going towards him with the other Pain and the other 2. Izuku, one for all, 50%, surrounded by lightning. Let's go. Pain, Konoha will continue to be yours, Midoriya. Throwing receivers, and Tobi threw kunais with paper bombs. Izuku, I won't let them go to Konoha. Going towards them, dodging things except for some kunais that he threw towards the Pains, who stopped the kunais, but not the explosion. Zetsu, wood style, underground roots jutsu. Touching the ground and seeing huge roots coming out. Izuku, fire style, big fireball. Throwing a huge fireball with his mouth and burning all the roots, but receives a kick from Tobi, and then a Pain grabs him. Let go of me, idiot. Kicking him, but as he moves away from behind he is hit by a Pain, and from above Zetsu arrives giving Izuku an axe kick. Pain, Banshu Tenon luring Izuku to him and chokes him. No one will save you. Midoriya burying a receiver in his stomach. Shinra Tensei. Taking Izuku far away. Izuku. Falling while looking at some huge beasts with Rinnegan eyes, going where he, 60%, opening his eyes, smash. Hitting the beasts which went to crash far away. I will not die against you. And if I do, you will go with me, idiots. I will be the hero of this village. Pain. With a sparkle in his eyes, but receives a light elbow from Tobi, who noticed that Let's go, running to Izuku with the others. Izuku, multiplying, looking at a white Zetsu type, fire style, great fireball. Throwing a fireball. Tobi, Kamui. The fireball disappears. Izuku, what? Then it won't do to waste chakra on fireballs, Reikiri. Making a posture in which a huge blue color and glow came out of his hand. Pain, don't let him get close. Throwing receivers and some beasts, Zetsu threw pure roots and Tobi just kept running. Izuku, here it comes, running towards Tobi, but when he connects his Reikiri it goes through him. Taking his hand away from Tobi he feels some kunais and dark receptors fit in their Tobi, TSK. Kicking him from the side, which ended up pushing Izuku far away, who, upon falling, got stuck in the receptors more. Izuku, Blood coming out of his mouth as he stood up, 70%, taking off what they fitted him as he walked towards them. Tobi is very strong. But I will be even stronger, going at great speed to Tobi. Tobi, He screams in a comical way while Izuku pierced him. He almost hit me, he breathed and quickly exhaled. Izuku, TSK, running straight away to where the Pains were. I have an idea, Reikiri. Doing a Reikiri and surrounding himself with red lines with his other arm smash. Combining the Reikiri with the blast of air, his arm released. The bad thing is, he broke his arm. HGGH. Looking at how it hit 3 Pains. Pain, Midoriya is very strong. He knows how to hide the jutsu with things, remembering how in the lake of Amigakure he combined the Reikiri with water. I have to heal, looking at another pain who is going to where the damaged pains were. Izuku, you won't do it. Going to pains, but. Pain, Banshu Tenon, the pain that stands out from everyone attracted Izuku. Izuku, damn, ha. Being grabbed by pain who slammed him into the ground, and suddenly he is caught by some roots that came out of the ground thanks to Zetsu. Pain. Fitting a receiver in Izuku's hand. Izuku, ha. Trying to get up. Pain. Fitting another receiver in Izuku's other hand, who just screamed again. Izuku, and no more. 80%, opening his eyes and suddenly releasing a huge explosion which sent all the villains flying. In Konoha. Konan. Feeling a great wind, they are fighting again. I will go and tell them, going to the Hokage Tower. With Izuku. We see him landing a big kick on Pain, who crashed into some trees in the distance. Pain. Noticing that only 3 of him remain, sees the other. Pain nods as he goes to heal again. Izuku, 90%, I will not lose, I will protect the village from you unfortunates. Releasing a large amount of lightning from his eyes and arms. Tobi, the Midoriya clan, rubbing his chin. Izuku, I will win, for those who believe in me. Behind him there were about 8 silhouettes which raised their fists, but one shone in a golden color. Pain, what is this? Starting to tremble while looking at many colorful lights surrounding Izuku. Izuku, I'm going to win. I can still do more, releasing more lightning, 100%. Full cal 100%. Pain. Looking with a great shine in his eyes at Izuku, who was determined to fight to protect the village alone. Konan was not wrong, looking at the ground, but quickly denies Tobi. Ha? Notices that Tobi's mask was destroyed. Uchiha Obito. Uchiha Obito. Obito. Looking at the ground while covering one eye, he took something out of his other pocket and looked up while putting something on. Izuku, come to me Akatsuki. Releasing a huge explosion as he appears in front of Zetsu, who is surprised Reikiri. Piercing through Zetsu's head and leaving Obito and Pain surprised. Pain. It seems he no longer wants to go to peace without killing someone. Obito. Izuku, who's next? In Konoha. We see Konan arriving at the Hokage Tower but looks at Tsunade with Kakashi and several jounins. Konan, looks like you already found out, right? Tsunade, yes, it's an Akatsuki trap. I'll send this team there. Konan, I'll go. Tsunade. Okay, I'll wait and catch up with Anko. Konan, her? Tsunade, she was the one who warned me and ran quickly out the window and jumped. Konan, I'll see you there jumping out the window. Tsunade, nobody uses the door, does it? Kakashi goes with them. Kakashi nods and leaves with all the jounins. With Izuku. Izuku, it's all of them again, looking at the fact that it was all the pains again, huh? Dodging some fireballs that Obito threw while the others attacked him. Pain. Putting his hands together as a dark ball touched Izuku. Izuku, what is this? Pain, Chibaku Tensei. Screams as he finishes putting his hands together. Izuku, ha? He then starts floating as he is hit by rocks and dirt that stuck to him. What the hell is this? Starting to float and being taken to the sky. Obito, stop. He said to everyone, Pain has to finish that attack first. There's someone here, Kamui. Erasing a kunai that was coming towards him. Get out. I've found you out. Anko, hey. Coming out from between some trees. It seems I'll fight that idiot Obito. Obito, you recognized me. Anko, who else would have their face split in half? Obito laughed slightly but quickly frowned. Obito, fire style, big fireball. Throwing large fireballs that Anko had to dodge. Izuku, who is he fighting? With blurred vision, Jiga. Ha. I won't let them hurt anyone. Delaware smash. Destroying everything and leaving Pain surprised. Pain, how can he still? Hitting the ground and summoning all the flying pain beasts, which went towards Izuku. Izuku, no. Bother. Using his fingers which created gusts of wind which hit all the beasts. Pain, ha. Damn it. If Itachi and Kisame were there, frowning Tobi. Obito, I'm killing a plague, don't you see? Trying to hit Anko, who was just running away and trying to see a moment to attack, Kamui? Destroying the tree that Anko was going to jump on and she falls to the ground fire style, big fireball. Hitting Anko full on, who crashed into several rocks. Izuku. One for all. Behind Obito, who looked sideways, smash. Trying to hit him, but Obito becomes intangible and moves away. Pain. Ha. Looks like you've already finished off the plague. Obito, shut up, not even you in 6 can do what I can. Pain looks at him. What? Izuku, ha. Starting to see blurry but feels a hand on his right shoulder and looks at Anko bleeding from the head. Anko? Anko, he, it seems like you've tried really hard. I thought you could use a hand. Izuku shakes his head. Izuku, go away. You're sick. Anko, not at all, I don't plan on losing with just one attack. Izuku. I just don't want anything to happen to you. Disappearing in a green blur as he went towards the Akatsuki, and Anko blushed slightly. Anko, I think I'll pay some attention to you. Feeling dizzy and falls to her knees. I didn't think she'd fall head first against some rocks, rubbing her head, but suddenly feels something good and looks up. You. Konan, hello. With her hand holding some ribbons, put them on. The Hokage gave them to me because she thought someone would use them. Anko, a medical tape, putting it on. Konan, take care of this. Leaving a backpack. They are medical equipment, something basic but it could be useful. Flying towards Izuku. With Pain. Izuku, Reikiri. Connecting his hand into one. Pain, which he ended up defeating. Pain, I'll have to use Shinra Tensei on this one. Kneeling while watching him defeat 2 other. Pain and another. Pain, heal them. Ha. Standing up while watching Izuku fighting with pure taijutsu with Obito. It's my turn to join again. Going to them. With Izuku. Izuku, TSK. Appearing behind Obito, who didn't manage to become intangible, and receiving a great kick from Izuku, who sent him crashing far away. Pain, Banshu Tenon. I was going to bring Izuku, but Izuku disappears in a green blur. He's too fast. Izuku, why is Pain so desperate? On top of him, and Pain just looked inert that he was going to hit him with a Reikiri. Pain, Shinra Tensei. I was going to hit him, but Izuku moves away before I could do anything. He's too fast, falling to his knees. Obito, Fire Style, Great Fireball. Was going to hit Izuku, but there was an explosion by someone else that destroyed Obito's attack. Konan. Konan. I don't know who you were. Looking at Obito. I came to help you. Izuku. Izuku nods and thanks. The Anbus are also coming along with the Jounin. Izuku, thank you. We just have to wait. Pain. Damn. Toby, it's time to go. Obito, I think someone faster wouldn't let us. Looking at Izuku behind Pain. Izuku, smash. Giving him a light blow which pushed Pain out of there. Pain, TSK. If we were the ones who cornered us, we ended up cornered by only 2 people. Getting up, Toby. It's time for me to do this. Starting to float. Obito. It's okay. Starting to disappear in a kind of kamui. Izuku. Konan. Konan, let's run away, that attack could reach Konoha. Izuku, you go, I'm going for Anko. Leaving in a green blur where he looked at Anko before. Konan, GHR. Flying away from there while where Pain began to see a large amount of light. Pain. Raising his hands. Shinra Tensei. In Konoha. We see Tsunade above the Hokage's faces, wondering whether to send more people there. Tsunade. Huh? Looks in the distance at a huge light which stopped. What happened there? With Izuku. We see him hugging Anko, who was just enjoying the moment since Izuku was shirtless. Izuku, see, could you get up now? My arms hurt. Anko nods and gets out, but look, Izuku no longer has the full cowl. Anko, I think it's my turn to fight. Izuku shook his head. Izuku, and no. I still can. Getting up as if nothing happened in front of Anko's eyes, since Izuku hurts all over. Aha. Staggering slightly, but Anko grabs him. Anko, I can carry you to Konoha, it won't be long before the people arrive. Izuku, and no. I'm going to finish off that liar. Letting go of Anko. Can you take care of Konan? Anko nodded. She gave him the pain attack. Take good care of her, surrounding herself with lightning as she left. With Pain. Pain, ha. Haha, falling to his knees, looks like we won. Toby is gone. Zetsu apparently died, getting up but freezes when he sees some green rays in the distance. And no. You should have died. Rubbing his forehead while watching Izuku get to him. Izuku, hello. Pain, using 50%. It seems that, thanks to you, I can control a large part of my power in the battles we have had. That is the only thing I will thank you for. But I will have to kill you on behalf of those bearers of the tailed beasts. I found out, thanks to someone, that they had all of them except the 8 and 9 tails. Pain, Konan. Clenching fists. Izuku, give up. Pain increasing his raise more, you will end up losing. Pain shook his head as he got up. Pain, no. The pain will continue even though my body is no longer here, ha. You won't be able to end pain. Never. Izuku, maybe pain doesn't. But maybe Nagato will. Pain opened his eyes and Izuku disappears in smoke. Pain, it was a clone. With Izuku. We see him opening a kind of tree and we see Nagato. Izuku, knowing your hiding place in Omega-core, it wasn't that hard to find. Nagato just frowned. Nagato, what will you do then? Behind Izuku, two shadows were looking at each other. Nagato smiled when he noticed who they were. Izuku, finish you off, what else? Nagato, no. He didn't create it using a cannon which released a large dark receiver towards Izuku, who only used his entire arm with his quirk. Izuku, Delaware smash. Completely destroying the receiver and hitting Nagato lightly with the gust of wind. Nagato, ha. Feeling it with my real body is something else. Breathing heavily while getting up. Zetsu and Tobi, help me? Izuku, 80%, taking a huge jump and noticing that a large ball of fire and some roots were thrown at him, which he dodged, 50%, lowering the full cowl due to the pain, ha. The chakra is apparently what saves me from exploding, breathing heavily. Obito, it seems you didn't kill Zetsu either. Looking at the villain. Zetsu, he didn't even notice I was a clone, he just doesn't know what I'm really like. Izuku. I have problems again, leaving there and the two villains follow him. Nagato. Kakashi. With Kakashi. We see this one in front of Pain, who was the only one of the orange-haired people who stood up, thanks to using Shinra Tensei. Kakashi, it seems Midoriya can't defeat you alone. Pain, you do know he's fighting two others, right? Kakashi opens his eyes wide as he takes off his headband, showing off his Sharingan. Kakashi, so you're not alone, apart from these. Looking at the other Pains. Pain, Midoriya killed them several times. They are lucky to have him on their side taking out a receiver, but you are not Midoriya, so you will not be a problem. Kakashi, don't think I'm weak. Pain. Pain, I'll just say it's an honor to fight you. Hitake Kakashi, copy ninja. Kakashi, never mind that. But I'm not alone either. Pain notices that there were many Jounin and Ambus in the area. Pain. Shinra Tensei. Hitting Kakashi and sending the others flying. They are nothing, he only needed to defeat the one who worries me, Midoriya. Izuku, also while we're at it. Where is the nine-tailed Jinchuriki carrier? Kakashi, we won't tell you. Lightning style, electric wolf. Throwing two electric wolves where Pain, who stopped them only with his eyes. Pain, apparently Midoriya and Jiraiya didn't tell them anything about me. He did think I would help him, looking at the ground while observing his hand, but denies. Kakashi, TSK, what is he doing with those eyes? Looking at the Rinnegan. With Izuku. Obito, you've become slow, Midoriya. Kicking the green-haired boy and sticking some kunais in his leg. Izuku, ha. Taking off the kunais Reikiri. Throwing the electric kunais at Obito, who only did a handstand. Obito, fire style, great fireball. Throwing a large fireball at Izuku and getting rid of the kunais. Izuku, 80%, disappearing from Obito's sight in a green blur. Obito. Looking around and manages to see Izuku, who is grabbing his eye. Did I hit him in the eye? His eyes are wide open when he sees the color of Izuku's eye. It's white, it must be the Byakugan. Izuku, my eye, rubbing his left eye since he felt like he looked too strange with that one. Obito, it's my moment, goes to Izuku with a bomb kunai, but dodges a fireball. Anko. You again. Anko, did you miss me? Smiling while standing on a tree branch. Obito, shut up. Being exploded from behind and looks at Konan, who was the one who exploded him. Didn't you die? Konan, obviously not, surrounded by many papers which became sharp and were thrown at Obito, who dodged them. Anko, are you okay? Izuku? When Izuku looks at him with his eye, Anko's face goes pale when she sees Izuku's white eye. Izuku, do I have something in my eye? Rubbing himself, and Anko shook his head. Why, you looked at some pimples with this eye. Anko hit him out. Anko, I'll help Konan, you just close that eye and let's fight him. Izuku nods while closing his eye. Obito, Konan is a big problem, dodging some papers but then feels some threads on his feet. What? Falls tied up and is suddenly surrounded by many paper bombs and no Konan. Konan, it's time for you to perish. Putting her hands together and looking at a huge explosion where Obito is. With Kakashi. We see him falling to the ground while Pain was walking towards him. Pain, only you remain. Looking at Kakashi on the ground while bleeding, where's the Jinchuriki? Kakashi, I'm sorry, but we don't betray our own here, smiling under the mask. Pain. Shinra Tensei. Kakashi is sent flying, but he only lands against some rocks. Kakashi, ha! Getting up in pain but quickly falls when he feels Pain's legs on top of him. Pain, then I can kill you. A silhouette could be seen behind him. Kakashi, I don't think so. Pain dodges an attack that was going to hit him. Pain. Looks at who tried to hit him and looks at Asuma and Inoiki. Seems I have two new prey. With Izuku. Izuku, they ran away. That Zetsu guy disappeared a while ago and Toby somehow escaped. But I'm sure he didn't die. Anko, I have no idea. Konan, let's fight Nagato. Then Izuku nods and they leave. With Pain. Pain, already? Looking comically at Inoiki and Asuma, who were almost the same as Kakashi. Asuma, GGRH. And Midoriya fought against more. How is this? I wouldn't want to have been in that boy's place. Standing up next to Kakashi. Inoiki, I don't plan on falling. Izuku, well said. Inoiki appearing next to everyone, and Pain looked at him and became somewhat tense. Pain, I have to get out of here. He was going to leave, but he looks at a huge green light that appeared in front of him. Izuku, 80% kicking Pain, who flew far away. Pain, I'll have to use all my chakra left, putting his hands together as he watched the other Pains get up. Izuku, I think it's my turn. 100% surrounding himself with lightning, but not before hearing a loud scream from the boy. Ha! I can't fall. One for all. I will dominate you no matter what it cost, opening his eyes and releasing lightning. Pain. Looks like it's the last meeting. Midoriya. Izuku, and I'll win. Don't mess with me, he said to his companions while he went to Pain. Pain, come Midoriya. While the other Pains attacked with beasts, receivers and shurikens. Izuku, I'll finish you. Pain. Are you looking at me? Mother? Dodging everything while continuing to run towards Pain, I will fulfill my dream. And my word. I will be the hero. That causes smiles. At the cost of my pain and effort, kicking a Pain while launching himself to give him several bursts of blows. Izuku, look at me mother. I will be what I always wanted, going against another Pain, and it was seen that there were 4 more missing. Pain, Midoriya dies. Trying to hit him while Izuku dodged everything. Izuku, I'll show you what I'm made of. What you taught me to be, kicking Pain while observing that there was only one left. Pain, Shinra Tensei. Dodging Izuku, who moved away but came back quickly. Izuku, look at me. Mother. Plus Ultra. Connecting a hook surrounded by lightning to the chest, which sent Pain flying, staggering, and the others looked at Izuku raising a fist. I beg you. Mother. Look at me. Smiling as he was about to fall, but Kakashi managed to grab him. Thank you. Kakashi, well done. Izuku smiled. Izuku. Konan? Noticing that he wasn't there. With Nagato. We see him breathing lightly while looking at the sky. Nagato, I can't do any more. Konan, Nagato. Arriving while Nagato looks at him. Nagato, looks like you came to finish me off. Konan, you have no more chakra left. Nagato. I know. Looks at Konan standing in front of him. What are you doing? Konan, I'll give you chakra. You mustn't die, the Rinnegan can't be in another person's hands. Nagato, I don't deserve these eyes. No one deserves them. No one needs them. Only the truth blinds them. No one needs the vision. Even so, why do they want them? Even if they die, they will leave without these eyes. They will end up leaving without these eyes after all. Konan, Nagato. Don't die. Nagato, I don't deserve your mercy. Konan. I'm sorry for not having listened to you when you said to join you. But everyone sees the true side of someone when they are about to die. Smiling, live for us. With a few tears while closing her eyes. Konan. Getting up, and her leaves began to wrap around Nagato. I will do it, starting to fly while taking Nagato. Obito. Coming out of the shadows, then she will have the Rinnegan. Smiling. After. We see Izuku being carried by a ninja as they arrived at Konoha, being greeted by Hanabi. Izuku, Hanabi. Hanabi, Izuku. Running to him and trying to hug Izuku but can't reach him, with a pout. Izuku, he. Sorry Hanabi. Would you mind going to see me at the hospital? Please. Hanabi, I'm going with you, can I? She asked the ninja who nodded. Anko, it seems that many people here are going to recognize you, Izuku. Izuku, what are you saying? Anko, pointing to the front and looks at Tsunade along with many people going to him. Izuku. Anko, it seems they knew about your battle. Izuku. And why the hell didn't they help? Crying comically and Anko just laughed. Konan, Izuku, I need to talk to you. Izuku, I know. Looking at the two people covered with papers, I'll talk to you first. Later. We see Izuku with many people in the hospital. Izuku, I came to rest. Not to be interviewed. Looking at many people, I think it will be another time Konan. Konan, no need. I've already made my decision. Smiling at him. Elsewhere. You look at two stones with names. Nagato Yahiko. Short finale of the cap. We see Izuku Chibi looking at Hanabi who was sitting next to Izuku. Izuku. I thought you had already left. You're very quiet. Hanabi, ha. Blushing while playing with her fingers. Izuku, Hanabi? Hanabi, too wanted to know if we could go too. I don't know. Playing with her fingers again. Izuku, well I'll go with you too I don't know smiling at him while Hanabi just covered her face with her shirt, with a funny face looking at how she lifted her shirt. We can see Izuku with Konan and Anko who were just sitting looking at the boy who was just looking at the two girls. Izuku. Why haven't they left? On the stretcher while getting up with a cast on his hand. Konan, it's surprising how quickly you regenerate and I haven't left because I'm waiting for my village guide. Izuku just shrugged. Remember that the Hokage asked you to keep an eye on me. Izuku, well. Reclining nothing has happened these days Anko? Anko nodded. What happened? Anko, the Hokage really isn't happy about being Hokage. She's been looking at people to be the next one, even though she's already too old to continue being Hokage. Konan, if you looked at the cage of the rock. Izuku, I haven't seen any cage apart from Tsunade, Gar and a certain Mei. I think she's the Mizukage sitting on the stretcher. It seems like I'll be fighting again soon, right? Anko, hey Izuku, do you think Tsunade will choose you as the new Hokage? Izuku just shook his head. Izuku, no idea, I'm too young. Shaking hands. Konan, but the previous Mizukage was a boy younger than you. Izuku just rubbed the back of his neck. Izuku, then I hope and be the Hokage. Smiling. Konan, if you only knew how you're going to be received in the village, everyone is talking about you. Anko, wow, how envious, she said in a sarcastic tone which only made the boy smile nervously. Izuku, haven't you seen Hanabi and Hinata? Anko just looked away. Anko? Anko, I may have made a clone of you that went with them. Izuku only had a drop in his head. Hanabi, yes, and it didn't work. Behind Anko who just smiled nervously. Hinata, Midoriya waving slightly. Izuku, hey Hinata, listen, I think I'm ready to take this off. Taking off the cast as best he can. Konan, then let's tell the Hokage that you're ready. Izuku shook his head. What? Izuku, are ready for what? Comically crying while holding onto the stretcher. Anko, didn't I tell you? Tsunade chose you as one of the probable Hokages along with Kakashi. Izuku. Then. Standing up, I'll go. But later nervous. Anko, can you fight against 8 of Akatsuki but not with your nerves? Izuku, if they call you crazy in the village, nothing matters to you. Crying in an exaggerated way while Konan and Anko stretched Izuku to get him off the stretcher. Izuku, help. Being comically led to the boy outside the place. Hanabi, what are you doing? Going behind them. Come on Hinata. Hinata, ha I'm coming. Grabbing some things and following her. After. We see Izuku walking while putting his ninja headband around his neck. Konan, why do you wear the band there? Izuku, it really bothers me a lot on my forehead, let's say my hair is the problem. And. We've arrived. Looking at the Hokage tower, he ends up entering with her and Anko. In the background Hanabi could be seen running in chibi form next to Hinata who seemed to have some things. At the Hokage tower. We see Tsunade looking at the window and looks at the door when she hears it opened. Tsunade. Looking at it, it's Izuku. It seems you already found out, right? Izuku nods. We'll talk about this later. I have an important mission for you. I really didn't think you would regenerate so quickly. You have to go to the Samurai Bridge. Izuku. Do you have a map? He said with a chibi face and Tsunade nodded as she handed it to him. Thanks, I have to go now. Plus. Tsunade, it's really urgent. You have to go now. Naruto and many others went after Sasuke, they have to bring him, or Ma. Izuku, I don't know who Sasuke is. But he must be someone important. Leaves and watches Hanabi and Hinata enter. Girls? Hanabi, I'm here. Hugging Izuku and he just hugged her. Izuku, sorry Hanabi, I have to go on a mission. Showing the map. Hanabi, but you're recovering. Izuku, sorry, I have to go. Stroking the girl's head goodbye to Hinata, passing by her while Konan follows her. Hinata, wait. Izuku turns around. Here, I wanted to give this to you days ago. Izuku grabs what he gave him and looks at a photo which was of Inko. Izuku, where did you find it? It's a bit scratched. Hinata, it's your mom, right? Izuku nods. They look alike. Izuku, but where T? Tsunade, Izuku. Izuku, hearing the scream, ran away in a comical way with Konan. Hanabi, you are very bad, you are just recovering. Leaving with Hinata. Anko. Will he not say anything? Tsunade, I don't like sending Izuku on missions like this either, but even Jiraiya went there, I hope they come back safe. Anko, the samurai bridge is really not that far away, at least not for the girl who can go with Izuku, besides I think she should give Izuku some free time. After all, he will be the Hokage. Leaving while looking at the ground. Tsunade, sighing, I really haven't been able to be like your grandfather. Looking at the images of the former Hokages. Looking at pictures of the former Hokages. Elsewhere. We see someone running as fast as he could and bleeding all over. Behind him we can see someone walking towards him. Sasuke, oh Danzo, where are you going? Walking behind the one who was bleeding. Shimura, Danzo. Danzo, wretch. Continuing to run but sees some crows get in front of him. Ha? Itachi? Sasuke, ha behind Danzo, who managed to dodge Sasuke, who broke Itachi into some crows. You can't take it anymore. Danzo walking with a big smile while Danzo ran away again and managed to observe Karen, who was on the ground. Danzo, that, grabbing Karen and choking her. Stop Sasuke, ha. Sasuke. Or not? Will you kill her? For some reason Karen felt very scared. Karen, and no. Trying to breathe and also trying to free herself. Sasuke, don't move Karen, I'll take care of it, making Karen smile and stop moving. Danzo, P. Sasuke, with a lightning bolt piercing Danzo and Karen, who was just inert. Karen. Sasuke? Walking next to Danzo. Sasuke. Behind him he looked at Toby. Toby, well done. Hey. Looks like it's not over yet. Sasuke sees that Danzo got up and started running again. It seems like he wants to play catch. Are you doing it? Sasuke nodded and Toby just got onto the ground. Danzo, I have to get out of here, running as he could, but he seemed to go at the same speed as Sasuke, who was just walking. Toby, where are you going with all your hair? Coming out of the ground. Danzo, TTSK? Was about to turn back but looks at Sasuke, ha. Opening his shirt completely and looking at some black marks. Toby, it's the reverse sealing telegram jutsu. Watching black things come out of Danzo and a huge black circle is seen surrounding the place. With Sakura. We see her running alongside Kiba, Rock Lee, and Sai. Sai. Stopping. Sakura, have we arrived at Sasuke-kun's? Kiba, Sasoku-kan, shut up Sakura. She just looks at him. I had to say it, bitch. Sai, obviously not. But I won't even let them pass. Kakashi-sensei asked not to let them go any further. Rock Lee, true. Kakashi and Jiraiya were left behind. Sakura. Taking something out of her pocket, but Sai grabs her. Sai. You won't make it ugly, grabbing what Sakura had. Kiba, what won't he do? Sai, she tried to do everything alone. Kiba, you wish. Sakura. With Izuku. We see him in the sky while he was hugged by Konan, who flew with her origami wings. Izuku, I've never traveled so relaxed. Smiling in a comical way. Konan, don't enjoy it too much. Looking away. Izuku. Well? Hey. It's cold, isn't it? Konan, how did you not notice? You have some snow on your head. Izuku looks at himself. Izuku, we had to go through snowy places? Notice they are not in a snowy place, ha? Konan, we just left where it was snowing. There you can see the samurai bridge. Izuku observes. Izuku, you did know where the samurai bridge was and you didn't tell me? Konan just whistles bad. With Sasuke. We see him walking towards Karen, but he sees Sakura falling in the distance. Sasuke. Turning to look and sees that it's Sakura. Sakura, hee, it seems you don't learn. What do you want now? Sakura, I'll join you. Sasuke just laughed lightly. Sasuke, what are you up to? Arms crossed. Sakura, nothing. It's just love. Sasuke just raised an eyebrow. Sasuke, PFF. Then walking to Karen and pulling the girl's hair, who was barely conscious. Apart from being alive, if you kill her I'll trust you, we'll be a team like before. Just without Naruto and Kakashi. Sakura nodded and went to Karen. Karen, and no. Sasuke. Trying to get up, but Sasuke smashes her face against the ground. Sasuke, go ahead. Sakura walking away. Sakura, don't go away, what is she to you? Sasuke, just a medical girl, but she'll probably end up bleeding to death, hurry up. Looking at Sakura checking her small bag of weapons. Sakura, sorry. She tried to take out a kunai but. Izuku, put that down. Sakura. Behind the girl with her hands behind her. Sakura, the Chidori? Hearing thousands of birds behind her, she learned the Chidori jutsu? Sasuke. This is Midoriya. Izuku, smiling. Karen, I remember. Starting to close her eyes but opens them again. Izuku, so now Sakura is a traitor to the village. What do you think, Konan? Sasuke opens his eyes and notices that Konan is behind him with thousands of paper bombs around her. Konan. I think if we don't return with the criminal there's no problem, right? Izuku. No problem. Sakura was just trembling and Sasuke was just inert. Sasuke, I didn't hear when they arrived. Nor when he made his Chidori, clenching his fists. Tobi, ha. Konan. How happy. Konan just looked at Tobi standing behind her with a sword that wasn't even his. You won't do anything to Sasuke, understood? Konan just nodded. Izuku. Konan. Sakura : Sasuke, GGH. Tobi. Jiraiya, Rasengan. Hitting Tobi full on, who flew away in a comical way. Kakashi, we're here. Falls to his feet. Sakura. She trembled. Izuku. Undoing his Chidori. Sakura, ha? Watching Izuku walk past her. Izuku, it was a joke. Sakura smiling, and she just sighed as she comically fell to the ground. I'll leave the wound to you. Pointing at Karen. I don't think a kunai would kill Sasuke. Sakura just lowered her head while healing Karen, who just looked at Izuku. Karen. Closing her eyes. Izuku, I think it's your turn, right? Sasuke just shook his head. Sasuke, ha. Surrounding himself in purple chakra. Susanoo. Izuku. Akare? Looking at all the explosions that Konan activated while the Susanoo was no longer visible. Sasuke, ha. Jumping off the bridge and everyone follows him, except Sakura and Karen. Izuku, you will come alive or dead. Sasuke just looks at him. Sasuke, Midoriya. Izuku, I have to fight you at some point for sure. Moving away, but I don't think this is the time. Falling to his knees while grabbing his eye and looking blurry. Tobi. Tobi suddenly appears next to him. Tobi, it was nice seeing you again. Konan and Izuku. Starting to disappear into a spectacularly small black hole. Izuku, Chidori. Jumping towards them, but they are no longer seen, stopping. It would be better to go back. With Tobi. Tobi, you made the best move. Sasuke, we are in no condition to fight him, being only two and you completely damaged, apart from the fact that he only looked, pointing at Zetsu, who only shrugged. Sasuke, he defeated you two apart from pain together. Tobi nods. Could he have defeated Itachi? Tobi. Probably, it depends on whether Itachi was alone or vice versa, but in a match I would say Itachi. Midoriya doesn't know about the Susanoo. He created. Sasuke, that created doesn't help me much. With Karen. We see her being carried and she looks at Kakashi and Konan next to her. Karen. Ha? Adjusting her glasses. Izuku, looks like someone got up. Looking up and Karen looks down. Ha. Karen, ha. Moving her face away from Izuku since they were almost face to face. Konan, Kakashi, it seems you and Izuku have something to talk about. Kakashi nods. Izuku, ha. Right. Sakura, what are you talking about? Izuku, it's about who will be the new Hokage. Sakura, who will it be? Izuku, Kakashi pointing at him. Kakashi, Izuku pointing at him. Konan, pff he he he. Karen. Putting her head on Izuku's shoulder while looking at Izuku, he has a serious chakra. It seems as if it weren't his. But he seems to be completely different. Izuku only talked to Kakashi and Karen just smiled. What a curious boy, with a blush while closing her eyes with a smile. Short finale of the cap. We see Izuku Chibi next to Neji. Neji, I'll teach you how to use the Byakugan in case it comes out again. Izuku, Byakugan? I don't have Byakugan. Neji, haste, you idiot. Haste, you idiot. Apparently you're a hybrid between a Hyuga and a Midoriya, right? Rubbing his chin. Izuku. Didn't you ask for chakra injections? Neji, no, I only remember that Tsunade asked me for an injection a while ago, and when I was looking for you that day I couldn't find you. Hinata only told me that she saw two of me. Izuku. Huh?